Welcome to one of my favorite days of the year, Graduation Day 2025. Our academic theme this year says it all: empowering minds and ensuring excellence. Let me introduce to you someone who lives that mission every single day. Christina Sherwood, a dedicated special education teacher at Meridian Elementary. To our incredible teachers, thank you for the passion, patience, and purpose you bring to your classrooms every day. Christina isn't just an educator, she's also a mom of three. As parents, we aim to guide our children toward excellence. Christina's journey is a powerful example of how we work to ensure that. Today is a celebration of family, resilience, and rising above adversity. It is my honor to introduce Christina's daughter, Samantha Sherwood, a recent West Ada graduate whose story will inspire you.
Hi, my name's Sam Sherwood. I'm a senior at Owyhee High School. I'm hoping to attend college in the fall, and I'm West Ada ready.
Samantha Sherwood moves to the Treasure Valley and begins attending Owyhee High School as a junior. One of her passions is being on the swim team. She's talking about that, and then she says this.
Going back to my swim team, I had heart surgery in the middle of my swim season, and my parents have always told me, obviously they weren't pushing me because I just had heart surgery, but one thing that me and my siblings have always learned was you don't stop something in the middle.
Wait, heart surgery? Turns out Sam hasn't had one heart surgery, she's had 5. She was born with a congenital heart defect.
Right before she was born, the doctor prepared us that she may or may not survive. She has pulmonary atresia. It's a blessing that they found it, because had they not and we delivered closer to home, we would have lost her.
All right, here we go.
On your mark. No touching, Will. Get set. Go!
Samantha's mom just happens to be one of West Ada's amazing educators. She teaches special education at Meridian Elementary.
She actually, one time, a student broke her hand, so that was a pretty hard day for her. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
No worries. Listen for the accent. Christina was born and raised in the Bronx. She knows a thing or two about being tough.
Yeah. I've had multiple bones broken. I've been bitten. I've come home with black eyes.
She sent me, I was at work, she sent me a picture of the x-ray and her finger's out this way, and she goes, "You think it's broken?" Like joking about it.
Oh, come on, Presley. Stop. Okay, how many did you get, Presley?
Back to the New York thing, Samantha's parents met shortly after 9/11. At the time, Sam's dad was a firefighter that had traveled to Manhattan to assist the families of fallen brothers.
9/11, everybody thinks about that day a little bit differently, and even when the day comes around, it's different in our household. We all realize because of that day we wouldn't have what we have right now.
And what Chris has is a no-nonsense firefighter mentality, which is a great thing, but can also lead to struggles when teaching your daughter to drive a car.
When I was first born, I didn't have oxygen flow for the first couple minutes of my life, so that gave me an auditory processing delay.
I always took a lot of liberties with Sam and Grace and Patience, but when it came to driving, that other car doesn't care if you have a learning disability. Sam would struggle just with right and left. Mm-hmm. Something as easy as turning left or turning right.
She knew which way she had to turn, but if she had to verbalize, or if you told her, go right.
Now it's like, wait, which way?
Yes, there's a delay.
So yeah, Sam has had plenty to overcome, but there was a moment at Owyhee's district swim meet that epitomizes her grit and determination.
So she's going along, and I can tell Sam's struggling. She makes the final turn, and she kicked into another gear and just got across the pool and finished the race. And I see her put her head down. She's crying now. She's in so much pain because of what that event takes out of her, right? And I knew when she hit the sideline, I go, nothing is ever going to hold that kid back in life.
For Samantha, positivity is a choice.
I don't know, it's just who I am. Like, I've always lived with the heart condition. There's never been a time where I haven't lived with it. So it's just kind of because I'm not going to be out here being like, oh, I can't do this, I can't do this. So I try to make my attitude better.
I just think it's how we've raised her. Like, giving up is not an option. My God, if we would have given up when she was first born and didn't think that she could make it, it was always, okay, that's an option, but that's not our option. What's the other option, doctors? It's our outlook.
And here's the part of the story you don't know. After a car accident, Sam's dad had to give up his career as a firefighter. She watched him struggle through surgeries and pain for years. That bond between parent and child sometimes transcends expression.
I wasn't trying to teach my kids any life lessons, but I think kids as being sponges, it just ended up, she lived through all that stuff. She lived through all those struggles. But she said, I never gave up on trying to get back to the fire department. During that speech, or that race, where it was really tough, and when she sat down next to me, she goes, Dad, I thought about you and how you worked really hard. She's one of the good ones for sure. We're really blessed to have her. If she was here right now, she'd be hugging us to make us feel better.
So who are you going to hug today? Who are you going to empower and encourage to pursue excellence? A quick update. Sam just wrapped up her freshman year at Boise State, where she's studying to become an occupational therapist. This summer, she'll be a counselor at a camp devoted to serving other kids with heart conditions. One of the best parts of my job is that I get to see students like Samantha walk across the stage every year. Help me in welcoming this year's class of 2025.
Please rise and join us as the chamber singers present the national anthem. Please be seated.
Good evening and a warm welcome to graduating seniors, board members, district administration, Renaissance staff, parents, guardians, family and friends, and those joining us through the live stream. Thank you for helping us celebrate Renaissance High School's commencement ceremony this evening. I am Wendy Palmerton, the assistant principal at Renaissance High School, and joining me is Dr. Michelle Farrell, our IB coordinator. We will be your MCs for tonight's graduation ceremony. We would like to take this moment to recognize and introduce those who are seated on the stage. Please stand and give everyone a wave as you are introduced. We ask the audience to hold their applause until all podium personnel are standing. First, we welcome our West Ada Board of Trustees, Trustee David Benetti, Trustee Renee Ozuna, Trustee Chair Lori Frazier, and Superintendent of West Ada Schools, Dr. Derek Bubb. In front of the stage today, we placed an In Loving Memory chair. This chair is a heartfelt tribute to honor all loved ones, students, staff, friends, family members, and all those who are not able to be with us, but are forever in our thoughts during this significant milestone. It symbolizes our collective memory and respect for those who have touched the lives of our community. We hope this gesture brings comfort and a sense of presence as we celebrate the achievements of our graduates together. As we begin this evening's program, we will first hear from our Renaissance Concert Choir, and they will sing, "You Do Not Walk Alone."
Thank you to our concert choir for their performance this evening. Hi, friends. There are many here tonight who have greatly contributed to the success of our graduates. Will the following stand and be recognized? Parents. Grandparents. Faculty. Thank you to everyone, our teachers and classified staff, who have helped so many seniors in many ways, and our wonderful counselors who have been working up to the last moment to prepare our seniors. Our thanks to all of you. Your commitment to our young people is evident. We want to acknowledge our seniors who have already enlisted in the military. Please stand. We commend all our seniors for a job well done. You have led us through our 17th year as a high school and set the example in so many ways. We want to take a moment to celebrate some of the accomplishments of this amazing group of seniors. We are Renaissance, so we are going to celebrate by sharing some data. This year's senior class of 135 students amassed over $4.186 million in scholarships. 67% of this class are graduating with honors, high honors, and highest honors. "59 seniors earned the Workforce Readiness and Career and Technical Education Diploma, Seal, and Certificate. The 2021 Idaho State Legislature created this diploma seal to acknowledge how career technical education, CTE, programs enhance students' high school experience and prepare them to be college and career ready. These students had to meet the following criteria: pass the Technical Skills Assessment, TSA, pass the Workplace Readiness Assessment, WRA, earned all the skill stack micro certifications for their pathway or an approved industry certification, and complete a capstone course in one of West Ada's CTE pathways. Would you please stand and be recognized?
You may be seated. 48 seniors are receiving their STEM Diploma Seal. This is the first year the STEM Diploma Seal will be awarded by West Ada in recognition of students who have pursued rigorous STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math coursework that equips them with important skills for our modern world. To earn this diploma, students must complete 8 credits in math, 8 credits in science, and 5 more credits in any STEM courses. Would you please stand? Three seniors are applying for their Diploma Seal of Biliteracy. This is the first year the Idaho Seal of Biliteracy will be awarded by West Ada in recognition of students who have studied and attained proficiency in 2 or more languages by high school graduation. The Seal of Biliteracy encourages students to pursue literacy in multiple languages, honors the skills of our students attain, and can be evidence of skills that are attractive to future employers and college admissions offices. Would you please stand?
"50 seniors recently completed 531 International Baccalaureate, IB, exams And of those students, 16 seniors anticipate receiving their full International Baccalaureate diploma. 27 seniors anticipate receiving the International Baccalaureate Career Program Certificate. Would you please stand?
"81 seniors anticipate earning the Associates of Arts in University Studies from Idaho State University. Would you please stand? We want to offer our personal congratulations for making this a year to remember.
Now that you've heard enough from us, we would like you to hear from our two student speakers, Jeremiah Burnett and Nathan Zimmerman. Jeremiah will speak first, followed by Nathan. At the conclusion of our two speakers, our orchestra will play Remember Me. Please welcome our first senior speaker, Jeremiah Burnett, to the stage.
Friends and family, beloved teachers and staff members, those old people who just kind of come to these things, you, and my fellow graduates, thank you for deciding that I, someone who forgot to request work off for his own graduation party, should bestow wisdom onto you. To start, I just have one question for you all. What is bubbling? Never gets old. I know it's bubbling with me, and this comes from the heart. It's beautiful to see this arena packed with so many guests here to celebrate over 130 of Idaho's finest non-athletes graduating high school. I'm not an AA student, but rest assured, guys, I've taken the second semester of Miss Felton's US History class, so I'm basically one of you guys. And to represent my IB classmates, I will stand up here and groan about how much homework I have for the entire speech. I didn't grow up in this valley, and I will not be taking any questions about where I did. But even though my local farmers grow almonds during droughts instead of the potatoes from McDonald's French fries, I can guarantee we share plenty of the same childhood experiences. That first crayon you ate, that first piece of tan bark you ate, that first eraser you ate, that first pen you bit into and got the ink all over your face. Yes, Ethan Bray, I'm looking at you. The first glue stick you tried to use like chapstick. The first math assignment okay, I'm just hungry. We've all shared many of the same experiences throughout our lives, like being born at terribly young ages and doing that whole pandemic thing, and we've had experiences that are 100% our own. That's fantastic news, and having the autonomy to continue to craft your own unique life is a privilege. But we sometimes forget that. Whether it's because I've been working hard or hardly working, I've seen myself become a spectator in my own life far too many times, and I think everyone here, not just the graduates, has too. We're about to start our next voyages, had to get that in there, which is also known as the future. The future is something which everyone reaches at the rate of 60 minutes an hour, whatever he does, whoever he is, which seems really, really fast to me, especially when you're wasting your time. And how many minutes have I already spent doom scrolling on Instagram or worried about things entirely out of my control? Biologists and philosophers have very different perspectives on what life means, so regardless of what that looks like for you, do it. Sprinkle in some hard work, some time spent hardly working, and focus on the number of moments in your life that take your breath away. Unless you have congestive heart failure, in which case, please call 911. To both recognize and maybe embarrass some of my classmates, I would like to thank you all for embodying the 10 Renaissance learner profiles during our time here, which for those of you in the audience who don't know, are 10 characteristics of responsible, compassionate, lifelong learners. They are being an inquirer, caring, knowledgeable, principled, communicator, thinker, balanced, reflective, open-minded, and risk-taker. To Eleanor, thank you for being an inquirer and always asking the questions other people were too afraid to. Like, if the ocean has so much salt, why doesn't it dry up? To Olivia, although it's impossible to never have a bad day, I have also literally never seen you anything but caring and positive in class, so thank you. To Russell, how is it possible that you know everything? I can't think of a single thing that you aren't extensively knowledgeable about, and honestly, I'm pretty jealous. To Markley, you're honest but not rude, and have integrity, but thankfully would never remind a teacher that we had homework due. and that is the perfect amount of principledness. To Meg, Logan, Jardine, Holly, Andrew Nadelman, and Bergen, I've loved all the terribly funny, but also sometimes serious Instagram reels you've communicated to me, and I hope you continue to communicate them. To Liam, I feel like in every conversation we have, you always ask some incredibly thought-provoking, super weird, and random question that makes me think, and I love it. To Arjun, you taught me how to balance your time spent not doing homework with all your time not practicing your instrument, and instead use all that free time to scroll Wikipedia. Ask him, it's true. To Emmy, you're a perfect, reflective, angelic ray of sunshine that can do no wrong. To Parker, despite how we're always giving each other a hard time every chance we get, at the end of the day, you're an incredibly mature, receptive, open-minded person, and I'm glad to have known you. And to Scarlett, you signed up to spend your last summer of high school in a cadaver lab. Do I need to explain why this is risk-taking? Class of 2025, thank you for making our time at Renaissance the best high school experience I have ever had. And with all of that, one final note. Though too many administrators in this district have made it perfectly clear that they do not support the students and individual teachers in the district, I would like to personally thank Dr. Farrell and Ms. Palmerton for ensuring a community of safety and belonging has been maintained here at Renaissance. Others have created a crisis out of an unpolitical poster that supports the basic sentiment everyone should welcome in this district.
And with that, in his song Anthem, Leonard Cohen said, quote, "There is a crack in everything, that is how the light gets in." Well, I never thought I would get up in front of hundreds of people and talk about cracks. I promise I'm going somewhere with this. Looking back on the past 4 years, I cannot say that I would want to do it all again. School was incredibly hard, full of late-night breakdowns and an unholy amount of caffeine. Yet amidst all of the long school days, IAs, LARPs, and tests, there have been some pretty unforgettable moments. Some highlights include power posing in Mrs. Gilson's research class, searching the school for a Rushi Sony who loved to wander instead of helping in a group project, kind of weird. Learning how to diddle literature in Mr. Plummer's class, don't worry, it's purely academic. Peer reviewing certain classmates' essays that use words like, quote, tapestry of human history, kind of suspicious. Uniting against the backpack ban, watching Arjun go from Xbox shoes to cheetah print pants, going through 3 principals in 4 years, and finally forcing Cooper Brody to help me write the speech the night that it was due. Thanks for that. These moments are exactly what Cohen was talking about. Despite all of the bad, there's been some undeniable good that has come out of the last 4 years. If you remember anything from this speech, remember my brilliant joke about cracks, of course, but also remember to look for the light in the dark. I'll be the first to admit that the future of our world and of my life terrifies me. At times, things can feel hopeless. Pandemics, wars, and worst of all, my neon yellow, knee-length basketball shorts that I wore freshman year. So as you move on to the next challenge and to the next struggle, remember to find the light streaming in. No matter where you are or what you are doing, there will always be a sliver of hope and of joy. Now, it wouldn't be a proper graduation speech without some shout-outs, so here I go. Thank you, KJ, for being the first friend that I made at Renaissance. Thank you, Finn and Cooper, for being my closest friends and for always bringing me down to earth. Ethan Bray for being my emotional support in chemistry. Thank you, Mrs. Drexler, Richmond, and Price, for more than I have time to say. Thank you to my family for being a constant source of love and support. And finally, thank you to everyone else who was with me along the way. Without all of you by my side, I may have instead been graduating in 3 hours alongside a far different set of peers talking about a much different experience. So to the Renaissance class of 2025, thank you for always being who you are and for letting me take this voyage with you. I wish you the best of luck.
we want to say thank you to Nathan, Jeremiah, and our band, choir, and orchestra.
As we present the diplomas this evening, we would ask that you honor this very special occasion by respecting the moment when each graduate is recognized. Please avoid distractions that would take away the dignity of the ceremony.
All those who are participating in our presentation of diplomas, would you please take your places?
Would our first row of graduates please rise and come forward?
Keisha Grace Adams. Claire Rihanna Aldrich. Daniel Alejandro Allred. Morgan Francis Anderson. James Cameron Andrus. Fiona Kaylee Angelopoulos. Elizabeth Aiko Rose Araki. Xander Robert Arrington. Jaden Kaylee Asselford. Cambria Chloe Atwood. Audra Eleanor Bader. Mackenzie Jean Banning. Maxim Nicholas Beeler. Annabella Maria Beffa. Nathaniel George Bolokas. Curtis Ethan Bennett. Emmy Miriam Devon. Abigail Bibikov. Berlin Don Beery. Ezekiel John Bonner. Colby Daniel Bond. Lucian Kane Brower. Ethan Allen Bray. Jeremiah Ernest Bruno. Cooper James Brody. Rowan Noel Campbell. Addison Marie Cardoza. Kyle Znenek Carey. Aiden Malachi Case. Elijah Patrick Castanello. Gunnar Lucas Kavner. Owen Christopher Cheney. Seth Jack Cheney. Elizabeth Modell Conley. Avery Jolie Cool. Keely May Kroom. Connor James Curtis. Race Jackson Davis. Liam Andrew Deaton. Bergen Joseph DeRoja. Ethan Cody Hugh Doe. Emma Brianne Edgman. Nora Caitlin Urban. Grace Louise Escobar. Gretchen Josephine Falk. Lauren Elizabeth Falk. Alma Falobome Ayokumi Fasanya. Caden Santos Frianessa. Ava June Furman. Greta May Gardner. Jason Timothy Geary. Hunter Delbert Gauker. Gavin J. Grimm. Holly Louise Habaker. Sarah Grace Haynes. Zachariah Douglas Haynes. Quincy Weihua Heil. Russell Evan Holden. Elliot Essence Hood. Logan Harley Jardine. Nathan Stephen Johoric. Logan Allen Johnson. Alim Arash Karim. Abigail Ava Keeley. Nava J. Keeley. Reese Marie Criterion. Cambria Noel Larson. Yenyen Lee. Teriong M. Cameron Jessica Mary Lupascu. Jason Ma. Prescott Matthew Mai. Noah James Majeski. Devin Avery Makimoto. Sophia Elizabeth Mariani. Emery Ryan Marshman. Lily Jolie Marks. Aubrey Elizabeth Mason. Sophie Noel McCarty. Matthias Xavier McCune. Olivia Marcoux McKinley. Corbin James Millero. Callista Lene Metcalf. Emma Claire Myers. Joshua David Miner. Emery Jane Mitlider. Piero Ernie Morales. Juan Diego Morales Lopez. Danielle Parker Saying Neto. Andrew Alexander Needleman. Jada Grace Wynn. Dominic Antonio Noperi. Amon Omanovich. Moniz Townsend Peterson. Jessica Catlin Pham. Maya Lynn Powell. Ryan J. Price. Thomas Hale Proudfoot. Paley Jane Ray. Megan Evelyn Reese. Kiera Lynn Rostock. Talon Avery Rudley. Jameson Pele Saitavi. Arjun Raul Sandel. Paxton Andrew Saw. Eleanor Christine Schaefer. Markley Gail Schreier. Caden John Schroer. Megan Paulosen Schur. Cassandra Linda Servies. Norina Rana Schersta. Brianna Chua Sinapit. Madison Michelle Small. Emily Dawn Smith. Jason Marcus Smith. Arushi Soni. Addison Kaylee Stefani. Sydney Sandra Stringer. Elliot Essence Hood. Logan Harley Jardine. Sydney Sandra Stringer. Alexander Mark Solfridge. Alexander Nolan Swenwald. Jayi Tan. Aries Paige Toulouse. Bernardus George Autovilligan. Fabrice Vang. Luke Giorgio Waple. Scarlett Grace Waski. Anna Janice Webb. Jonah Lee Montgomery White. Jackson Wade Winder. Emily Autumn Wing. Emily Marie Wood. Nathan Todd Zimmerman. Alexandra Zulueta.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. And now, Superintendent Dr. Derek Bubb, would you please come forward to declare and certify our graduates?
Chairwoman Frazier, members of the Board of Trustees, in accordance with the laws of the state of Idaho, and on behalf of the administration, Renaissance High School, our teaching professionals, and the support staff of the West Ada School District, it is my honor as Superintendent of Schools to certify that on this 19th day of May, 2025, the graduates seated before you have met all state and local requirements for graduation and are hereby presented to you for the awarding of their high school diplomas. It is my personal and professional pleasure that I present this year's graduating class, Renaissance High School 2025. Congratulations.
Seniors, please rise.
Seniors, please move your tassel from the right of your cap to the left.
Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you on this 19th day of May, the Renaissance High School graduating class of 2025.
Let's hear it for them, everybody.
Graduates,
For the final time,
you are dismissed.